Torchlight flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Porchlight flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Every breath feels borrowed, but tonight the world's in tune. Old chair hums beneath me, plank boards keep the time. Old chair hums beneath me, plank boards keep the time. If this sound ain't perfect, that's how I always mine. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Static sings the harmony. I couldn't ask for more. I'd burn uneven, let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven, keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today.
Small Alright, how is everybody doing? Alright, I have not messed with this I just got this friggin' HOTAS and I've only flown with it for a little bit, so on the warm-up I'm gonna grab a Phantom, I think. And see if I can shoot some Mavericks from a Phantom, because that'll really kind of like jumping into the deep end of the new slew button. Plus I need a lot more practice with the Phantom, so screw it. Jump in. Because if there's a hard Maverick to shoot, trust me, it's the Phantom. Oh, shit. Hey, Vic, what kind of Phantoms does that Vietnam server allow? It's probably just the TVs, right? It's probably not the Ds, because those weren't invented yet. It's probably just gonna have to be the TVs. Which actually, hold on, let me go back out. Let's go into the editor and we'll drop a hot Phantom with the correct loadout so we don't have to wait for alignment and all that jazz. Alright, where is my airfield? Yeah, we'll just try to shoot some Phantoms like over here or over here somewhere. Doesn't really matter. Just gotta break in the slew button and see if I've got to adjust it for the Phantom, because I probably am gonna have to a little bit. Okay, that's the one. Take off from ground hot. Actually, let's make it ramp hot. Yeah, 30 flare, 60 chaff. Okay, so Mavericks, we can put them on the 8 and 2 pylon. We can go specials or we can go triple Rex. Yeah. So there's the ABD, but I'm pretty sure on the Vietnam server, it's just going to be the A's. Because the D's weren't quite invented yet. So let's put 3 A's on here. E2 Sparrows. Guess we could do a Snake Eye Ripple. Alright, what else do we want us to put on here? I wish I knew the Vietnam loadouts that they allow on that server, because they're not going to have everything. They should have walleyes, though, and they should have hobos. Yeah, there you go, the walleye ones. They should have the walleye ones. And they should have the GBU 8. So that's all the same technology. It just depends on what year they're going with. They're all Vietnam era, but there's going to be different, mild differences, but I think they probably allow all of those. Just none of the, like the infrared Mavericks and stuff. Those came later. Actually, you know what? Let's do the Zunis. That's a pretty standard looking loadout for Strike. Well, actually, that's probably too many, but that's fine. All right, this will be a good warm-up. We'll just go through all the munitions and set up releases on all of them. We'll do the Zunis, we'll do the Mavericks, and then we'll do a single 6-bomb Snake Eye retarded drop. Except I'm not going to do low altitude. I'm going to do an angled Snake Eye drop. He might. I think that's the one. I was just polishing my Sparrow when it suddenly went off. The one time the Sparrow works perfectly is when he shoots it at a friendly. We'll set up the rest of that in the air. Okay. No, you gotta understand, Hatch. His aim is horrible, but for some reason when it's up against friendlies, it's perfect. He doesn't miss friendlies. Pinpoint accuracy.
We doing some trench running on this one? Aha, how low? Roger.
Hey, I get to blame my medicine. Don't mind me, I'm on drugs. That's weird. I'm seeing a little stutter. I'm always flying under the influence. If I wasn't under the influence, I'd be like screaming in pain, hoping I would pass out. So it's better this way. Why does that look laggy? Alright, let's get up in the air and we'll test it in combat and see if I need to make adjustments. I'm sure I will. Okay, yeah, everything's good. Running it up. %. Everything's good. Alright, away we go.
Engine's good. Airspeed's coming alive. 80 knots. Airspeed 100 knots. Got mud, 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Hawk and mud, 8 o'clock. Hawk. Gears moving. Gear up. Flaps up.
We'll go over to the river and let's do Mavericks first. They will be the hardest. Oh yeah, that throttle was nice and crisp. I can hit the cutoff on the burner just so easily. Alright, so we're going to want TV direct. And we will want TV, air to ground, negative 45 mils. That'll bore sight, roughly bore sight to the Maverick. Now we just got to wait for him to warm up. Oh man, it's been a minute too. Let's see, you pull the trigger to pop the cap on the TV. And then you got to hold down, what is it? Yeah, you pull the trigger to bust the cap off of the TV, and then you got to hold down the AAR release button, and then you slew it, and then you release the AAR to try to get it to lock onto contrast. So yeah, you hold down the AAR, slew it with the slew, and then release the AAR to attempt to contrast lock. We gotta wait for the Mavericks to warm up period though. It'll take a few minutes. Oh no, they've got all the weapon controls back there. So like when I do my bombing, he'll have to input all the bombing numbers and coefficients into the bomb computer, the ballistic computer in the back seat. They also work the radar. I just pull the trigger on stuff when it's ready. I'll shoot the Mavericks, of course, from the front seat, but all the bombing and stuff, he's got to lock the radar in the back seat. Well, this is a Wizzo. This guy actually does a lot more. Yeah, you can put a real person back there. Because I don't have a competent Wizzo that can sit in the back seat and do it all properly and quickly. Because most people don't want to do that. But the guy in the back is the one that would be handling all of the radio, the navigation, and all of the weapon settings pre-deployment. Which this is also pre-Iggy, so you've got to put in all those numbers properly or else the shooting computer will be off when you drop bombs. And then of course, because you're using a radar lock onto the ground to calculate all of those numbers, he's also got to be ground locking the radar from the back seat. Okay, Mavericks are ready. Alright, where am I? Let's go find that river. Alright, let's pop the cap. Okay, that's too sensitive, or that's not sensitive enough. Let's go right back to where it was on default. Go back to 1-to-1. That is way too slow. Oh, I had one. All right, let's come back around. finally had a contrast lock. It's a little bit harder with the A's too, just because you can't zoom at all. What you get is what you get. Makes it a lot harder. Everything a live one would do if you tell it to. Set navigation points for you, change radios, change the way the radar scans, actually utilize the radar. You can tell them to scan for you, lock targets, so on and so forth. It's actually got a really good intuitive system, so you can kind of give them commands. Although the one that's coming out in the BU for the Tomcat's way better, but I'm assuming that they're going to implement that system into our Phantom Jester in the future. Nice. Okay, that's better on the slew. Just 1-to-1.
What's our fuel at, buddy?
What was that, 2 Mavericks? Yeah, we got 4 left. Man, you gotta get so close to get good contrast with these original Mavericks. Oh, that sun's gonna screw me, isn't it? Oh, not too bad. How long the Mavericks on the A models can hold their picture before they start deteriorating from the heat. that's a good picture. There we go, I can see the smoke. Damn. I'm not sure if they do or not. They're supposed to. They should. I'm pretty sure they have on my A10. The Ds have had deterioration on their ability to lock after they've been on for a bit, which is the way it should work. I'm pretty sure I've flown around. I think it's longer than it is in real life, though. I think it took a lot longer than it should have. But I have had deterioration in my AGM 65Ds because they had been on for a bit. I had to get a lot closer before I could get a contrast lock them after a bit, and the picture was fuzzier. I don't know if it's in the A models though on the Phantom or not. It'd be hard to tell considering the A models are hard to get contrast either way. Unless you're shooting at something very large and on the water. Got it. Can't get contrast on that stuff that's on the north side of the river there. I know there's stuff there, but I just can't get it. Yeah, it took a lot more time than normal. So I think it is actually in the game, but it's a little bit more lenient than reality. Which is fine. You don't have to simulate everything perfectly to real life, because that would be a bummer. It's close enough. Gotta toe that line between what it's really like, but make it more enjoyable with a smaller barrier of entry. As long as the flight models are correct is what I care about more than some of the, the systems all work pretty perfect, but the little things like the overheating and stuff, you don't need to simulate that all the way. Come on, right there on the north side of the river. There's one of them right there. Oh, I got it. That's the other problem. I'm moving so fast when I finally get a good contrast. When I'm close enough to actually see it in the TV, I'm so close that I'm almost not going to be able to get the shot off. How many do I have left? One? Yeah, just one more. It's hard to lock on and fire the Mavericks and orientate the plane properly at the same time. I think that last Maverick overshot the target just a little bit because I wasn't pointed directly straight at it when I let it go, but I was only like a mile away. Let's see if we can slow down a little bit and go direct a little bit closer. With the Ds, it's not so bad because the picture stands out more and you can zoom. But these are the original Mavericks, the Vietnam Mavericks, so... Oh, damn it, I had it and I lost it. Got it. Nope, lost it. Got it. There we go. That's tracking. That should be a good hit. Boom, direct hit. Okay, that's good. Alright, well, let's... Where's that other spot? Right there. There's the other battle right there. Let's drop our Snake Eyes. We'll drop 6 Snake Eyes right across their line right here. Alright, so we're gonna go direct DT dive toss bombs. Center line, we're gonna go ripple 6, and let's spread them out a little bit. We'll go 1.5. And now we need to tell Jester to put the numbers in the back seat, so it's gonna be dive toss Mark 82 Snake Eyes. And our dive angle is going to be roughly 30 degrees, which will give us a drag coefficient of 5.56.
Roger that, Wilco.
Now Jester's going to punch those numbers into the ballistic computer in the back. We need to change our mils to 0. That's the spot right there, right? Right below the bend? Yeah, right below the bend. Alright, let's come back around and get some altitude. So these will be extremely delayed. These are Snake Eyes, so they're retarded. So we'll be able to drop them and then turn around and watch for impact. We'll roll over, we'll get Jester to lock the ground, and then we'll use that as our bombing point. And then we'll toss from there. Okay, I see him. Alright, we're lined up. Alright, rolling in. Locking the ground.
Captured.
Hopefully we got a pretty good ripple right across that river. Oh, I got him short. Oops. Well, my dive angle was not near as good. I was probably at about 25 degrees. And then I didn't hold steady speed. I was gaining speed a little bit too fast. Should have came in a little bit steeper and done a pull-up. Plus, I also should have locked the ground a little bit farther forward. Just because sometimes the snake eyes you want to add a little extra because of the nature of the way they fall. I dropped them as if they were standard, hoping the ballistic computer would get the job done. I should have, and I knew better, I should have extended a little bit. Got good hits with the Zunies.
Got a new bogey, right 25 degrees, 16 miles, 3,500.
What? That must be an enemy helicopter.
Okay, no IFF, it's a bandit.
Or it's, oh, you know what, it might be that transport plane. Oh, that's it. Well, not bad. We screwed up the snake eye drop, but that's okay.
Roger that.
That's right. The final flare. That's probably pretty accurate, actually. The booster, the flame on the booster seat probably is the best flare you've got on here.
Back to regular scan.
Field 1, request bogey dope.
I see a new bogey. Left 20, 24 miles, 29,000.
We got him.
No IFS must be a hostile. Copy that. Okay, sanitizing the sky again. Roger that. Locking bandit, right 5, 19 miles. Okay, good luck.
What's up, good luck? How are you doing? Here we go.
We have a bandit. Full back. 12 o'clock. 5 miles.
Fox 2. Or Fox 1, sorry. That's a Sparrow. Oh, we got him with the Sparrow.
Damn it, I lost the lock. Alright, scanning the sky again. The bandit is going down. Okay, sanitizing the sky again.
I'm doing okay. I'm a little rough tonight. I got sick as shit yesterday. The temperature change here got super hot, and I had to actually do some stuff yesterday, so I got kind of heat strokey. Unfortunately, with all my surgeries and medicine, I do not handle temperature anymore, hot or cold. I try to, but it doesn't work out most of the time. So I'm doing all right, but I'm a little fatigued today. Alright, that's a good warm-up. Oh, actually, I'm going to do one more thing for warm-up. Just to make sure I remember. I'm going to try to do a cold start and maybe a takeoff really quick in the Mosquito. And then we'll see what we're going to do for tonight. Trying to keep up with all my World War II stuff, and I've been putting off the Mozzie so much. Do I have a Colt? I should have a Colt. Ozzy here. If it loads. There we go. Alright, Mozzie Cold. Whoa. Alright, let's see. I better split the throttles for the startup. Damn, that throttle's so brand new, it's even hard to split the throttles. Oh, we need to tell them to start priming the engine. I'm gonna stop the music for this so I can hear them and hear the engine. All right, ground crew.
On the starter.
Prime the engines.
Copy.
All right, power on. That's the transfer fuel pump. We don't need that. All right, give that a second. Make sure the brake is on. You should. Good luck, you should. Hello, Shane, how are you doing? All right, so left engine magnetos on. Let's crack the throttle just a little bit. We're gonna spin it over a couple times to let the oil circulate, and then we'll kick it. So circulating, we'll let about 3 revolutions come around. All right, now let's kick it. And we'll let it idle at about 1200 RPMs. All right, same thing on the right engine. Crack the throttle. Circulate the oil. Kick it. Oh wait, turn the magnetos on. Now kick it. All right, latch the throttles together. Oh, we need to set our... All right, nose trim. We don't have a bunch of bombs, I don't think, so... I don't think I have anything on here, so we can just probably go 1.5. About like that. And then we'll set the rudder trim to about the T. Alright, open up the radiators. Gun camera, we don't need the lights. We don't need the rest of that. Okay. Wheel lock. Yep, we're good. Yeah, see, the cold start's not hard to do. In most World War II aircraft, the cold start's not hard to do. Alright, we're just waiting for the temperatures to come up. We need the radiator temp and the oil temp to come up. Just trying to get the throttles latched a little bit better. Did I put bombs on it? No, okay, we don't have anything on here. Shitload of bullets. Got 8 guns on this thing. 4 and 4. And yes, I did test the I think they're Hispanos, the cannons that are on here. I did penetrate some armor with the Hispanos, so you can absolutely strafe armor in World War II with the Mosquito, which is why I need to get better with this thing. So I'm not totally dependent on trying to land directly on top of a Tiger tank with a bomb. Okay, let's start taxiing. Does this thing have chocks on it or anything? Nope. Just the wheel brake. So taxiing British aircraft sucks, by the way. So it doesn't have rudder steering. It has differential braking, but you don't have differential brakes. What you have is a single brake lever, so you have to use the rudder and then brake with it. And where the rudder is positioned is how much differential braking it actually does. So it's really, it's just dumb. That's why I hate taking off, taxiing, and landing British aircraft. I don't mind differential braking, but this moving the rudders back and forth and babying the brake lever back and forth with it, you can't ever like straighten out very well and stuff like that. It's just a pain in the ass. Sure, once I do it for a while, I'll get way better at it, but it wouldn't be so bad also if the British aircraft had a wheel lock, but like they don't. So your rear wheel is always just on a swivel, so it just goes crazy. Especially in DCS. I know the Spitfires are notorious for the rear end just spinning around like nuts in DCS because of that. I love how there's just flames coming out of the exhaust right next to your plane that's made out of friggin' balsa wood. Well, it's not balsa wood, but that makes it funnier. It is wood. Wooden sheet and thin sheet metal. Actually, the engine torque off the Mosquito is horrible with the little white wood frame. It really, you really have to dance on the rudders with this thing. It tries to kill you pretty easily. It's definitely an art form. It'll be fine once I get used to it, but I'm definitely not used to it yet. It's just a matter of watching my speeds, because I'm gonna have to pin the tail pretty hard just to try to make sure I can keep it a little bit more stable. So it's just a matter of when I release the stick forward. If I'm going too slow, then it's going to make the rear end really fishtail hard, and it's going to torque the aircraft, and maybe even try to get it to roll over. If you're going too fast, then you're going to prematurely try to take off, and you're going to flop and stall. So I've definitely got to get used to that part too. When to unpin the tail. I've only done this a couple times so far, so I just need to do it over and over again until I start getting the feel. Just like everything else in aviation, knowing the numbers is one thing, and then doing it so much that you get the feeling for it is a lot more. Especially when things in certain planes, like the British stuff, is not as intuitive as what you'd want it to be. That makes it harder. Hey, there's nothing wrong with playing games. Doesn't matter how old you are. Entertainment is entertainment. I'd rather see someone play a game than use a needle or the countless other ways people entertain themselves. Okay, so let's see. Flap lever out, and we want about 15 degrees. Whoops. Actually, that's probably pretty. Whoop. That's probably pretty good right about there. All right, make sure the landing gear lever is locked. Bomb bay doors locked. Okay. So we're going to pin the tail until we start getting close to 100 miles an hour on the ground. A little bit before that, I'm going to let the come forward. All right, bringing the gear up. fuck the gear. Alright, lowering the boost down to about 8. And bringing the RPMs down to about 2,800. Okay, we're cruising. That worked out pretty good. Could have been worse. It was a little squirrely, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to do a Mosquito perfectly straight all the way down the runway. Not until we have ground friction. Alright, we're cruising. Okay, I think my nose should have been trimmed down a little bit more. I think the aileron needs to be trimmed a little bit. We're completely barren, so I'll have to remember that for the next takeoff to add a little bit of right aileron to make up for the engine torque. Although, yeah, that's probably going to change when I get a little bit more cruising speed and a little bit higher altitude. I'll probably be able to neutralize the aileron trim. For takeoff, it looks like it needs a little hair of aileron trim. Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. I'm not sure I know that one. I don't have any targets out here to shoot the guns. That house will do. Make sure it works. Yep, that's the machine guns. That's the cannons. Okay. I'm not familiar with that one. To be honest, I didn't play a lot of flying games until I was messed up and couldn't fly anymore in real life. I saw a few, but I didn't really play them or anything. Again, I'm more of a gamer now than I ever was before. I game now because I'm stuck on my ass most of the time because I'm all messed up. Yeah, I think I'm getting the hang of this thing. Definitely has a lot to do to fly it, but it's not bad. Let's bring the boost up and see. What's our speed? 230 miles an hour. Oh, it doesn't like that at all. We're gonna have to rudder it, or we're gonna lose it. Yeah, it doesn't like that at all. agile for a big girl. Definitely a little floppy though. I'll have to look up the numbers on the boost and the RPMs for max performance. I imagine it's real easy to put too much power into it and actually hurt your maneuverability and slow you down. But it's not like you're doing acrobatics in this thing. It's not a dogfighter. It's a strike craft. Don't the old-timey bombs have very direct timers on them, so you can actually do low-altitude, flat drops with it and not blow yourself up? I'm pretty sure they do. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. All right. So they've got general purpose. They've got, what's that, semi-armor piercing. They can do 500 pounders, general purpose bombs. Okay, here we go. Now we're talking. So plug the tail. Sev revolutions, that's probably fine. Okay, here we go. Yeah, you can delay it by seconds. 11 seconds. There you go. So you can actually fly low altitude and make sure your bombs are right on target and come in so low it's hard for them to shoot you. And drop the bombs right on top of them. With 11 seconds, you'll be able to fly pretty far away before they explode. So I'll have to practice that later. For the World War II servers, that'll be like the best way to try to get bombs right on them. Come in at like 100 feet off the ground, which means you can probably drop the bomb when it's right here in the sight, depending on how fast forward you're going. I'll just have to practice it and get a good formula. What about the outers? You can't put 500s on the outer, right? Oh, you can. You can put 500s on the outside, or outside too. General purpose are the standard bombs. I think the MC bombs are the special casing ones where the casing is thinner, so the bomb has more explosive in it. More shrapnel, I think. I think that's what the MC is for. I'd have to look it up. SAP, SAPI is semi-armor piercing, and GP is general purpose. And then rockets. Semi-AP, AP. F number 1 is probably just explosive. Good old fire explosion rocket. All right, let's, what's over? Vic, are you flying tonight? Are we going somewhere? Are we doing something? What's going on? Old man Nix is confused. What are we doing? Oh, you're at work? Let's see. Let me use the restroom really quick before we get started, and we'll see if there's anyone on any of the North Pole servers. I don't know when you fly. I barely know when I fly. Alright, doesn't look like anybody's anywhere except for Persian Gulf. There's one person on there. Oh, it's Spit. I haven't seen Spit for a minute. Well, you can if you want, Nick. I don't know where I'm going yet. This is going to be kind of a chill night because I'm all friggin' worn out. I don't want to get heavy into any kind of hardcore server, probably. The World War II server, I still haven't asked. I still need to talk to Santa about that one and see if we can do a little adjustment to it to make it a little bit more, I don't know, what user-friendly, balanced. The balance is way the hell out. The balance on that one is really bad. Might just go over to like return to pre-contact and just help out the team over there if there's people flying. There's plenty of people on return to pre-contact actually. What about Syria? Nobody. Man, I wish more people would play on the Germany one. I love that German map. Or, isn't there... What's up, David? I don't know what server I'm going to be on. I'm just kind of chilling tonight, recovering. I don't have any set in stone plan. There needs to be more friggin' World War II servers. We definitely need to fix the Normandy, the North Pole one, just so it's a little bit better. All right, let's look at Syria and see how far along it is. The only thing I'm worried about Syria is there's nobody there, so that means if I take off, the enemy will all come at me. Oh, well, no, they probably won't. It's not, it's North Pole. Or it's not North Pole, I should say. Vic, you usually fly on my Friday and Saturday, which would be your Saturday-ish and Sunday-ish, I think. When you're not doing whatever you're doing out there, herding spiders, who knows, punching kangaroos. Running from giant medieval ants. I don't know, where I live, everything's not poisonous trying to murder me. The only things trying to murder me around here are people. I can handle that. All right, what do we got? Boats. Oh, somebody already killed most of the boats. All right, so we need to capture Basil, which means we need to stop this Sam.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We lost our music. Okay. All right, SA2. There's the fan song. It's in a tree line. And an SA-15. And a gecko. Do they have an actual Sam at Basil? No. They got a gecko. Okay. Oh, and a Tor. Okay, so there's a Tor and a gecko. So we need to kill... We actually don't need to kill the Tor here. We just need to kill the fan song. But we'll kill the fan song and the Tor, and then we need to kill this gecko and this Tor. That will open up the place for us to attack. Oops, I guess I should spawn the plane. Come on, DCS. I thought I wanted to be in a plane. It should have spawned it for me because I thought it. What are you doing? Alright, we want my harm loadout. And a single bag. God, I haven't actually flown a Viper in a while, it feels like. Doing all this World War II and Cold War stuff. Or Vietnam, I should say. Shut that beacon off before it drives me nuts. Alright, we're in Incirlik, yeah. So we're gonna hang our right. Actually, we can take off from this part of the runway right here. David, we are on return to pre-contact Syria. No guarantee on how long I'll fly tonight. I'm gonna fly until I just get too tired. Oh yeah, the slew. I keep forgetting I have a whole new throttle. This will be a good test to make sure that I don't need to adjust the slew on this. I think I already kind of adjusted it once, but I might have to do it some more until I'm comfortable with it in every jet. Each jet's a little bit different. Yeah, okay, I already do have a setup on here. Time to go radar hunting. America's national pastime. We could have come out of Hatay too, but we don't have that much ground around Hatay yet. Probably better to come out of here. We can probably RTB to Hatay. It depends on if we need to. Whoa, big old lump right there. Am I going to deal so much damage in one stream? I don't know. On a server like this, I'll probably do a lot of damage. But everything might also work against me. Shit might go wrong. I might make a bunch of dumb mistakes. It happens. Alright, mill power. Rotating. Gear coming up. We'll try to conserve fuel for a bit. Alright, what is... Oh, I don't remember the numbers over here. I think it's like 11 or 12. Oh, there's a bunch of fox bats and fish beds over there. Let's try 12. That's either Hotel or Basel, so we'll head towards that. Back when I used to fly on these servers all the time, I could remember where the waypoints were, because they don't have them labeled for the pre-briefing. Or do they have a kneeboard that has it all? I never even looked. Yeah, it's numbered on the map. Maybe? No, it's not. There we go. No, it's not labeled. Whoop, there we go. Is that it? Waypoints. Okay, Basel is 12. Okay. So that waypoint is Basel. The first place we're going though is Hotel, which is probably 11 then. Yeah, you can't use kneeboards in VR, can you? Yeah, I like the kneeboard, especially, you know, once I started downloading all those different pages to put them in personally, you can really use your kneeboard for a lot. You could also, well, say you could also make your own actual paperwork and just have it in your lap or something you could look down to in real life. I did have that before. I had my own little kneeboard. I was thinking about making my own kneeboard on my tablet, which would be extremely realistic. But that's a lot of extra work.
Counter.
That's interesting. Okay, there's the SA-2. Which is what we're going for. So we need to kill the SA-15 and the SA-2. There they both are. There's the 15. Except that's not the actual 15, that's the data link. It's not lockable. Look at all that fuel we still have in the bag. And we're up at 25,000, 26,000 feet. might have to drop down also. Well, I mean, like, if I've got a tablet right here next to my desk that I use to communicate with the outside world. But if I wanted to, I could, like, take all those digital files I have, like of my SAM pages in my kneeboard, like this, all this stuff, I could transfer it onto my tablet, and then I could just turn my tablet on next to my desk here and, you know, scroll through all that information I need. I could do that for waypoints on certain maps and servers if I wanted to. I just have never sat down to do all that. It's a lot of extra work for something that I do in-game easily enough. Okay, there's the actual gecko. We'll go ahead and start triangulating off of it until the Tor turns on. Yeah, if you're in VR, you could just look down, you know, you could just have it sitting on your lap and look down at it. There it is. Okay. We are waiting for PGM on the Gauntlet.
Tap flare. Tap flare.
Triangulating, offset right. Got it. Moving in. Magnum 1. Magnum 2. Shoot. You know what? I lost the lock on that.
Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare.
Okay, we're gonna have to come back and shoot our last missile at Basel, at the Gauntlet at Basel.
Tap flare. Tap flare. Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, notching.
Tap flare. Tap flare.
And there we go. There goes the Tor Gauntlet, and hopefully we got the SA-2 as well. Yeah. Okay. We might have to come back anyway, though. Yeah, SA-2 is down, Tor Gauntlet's down. I might come back and just kill the Gecko, but... We'll come back and hit Basel next. Gecko turned off. There he is. He's back on. Let's kill this Gecko. We'll come back and hit Basel with the next ones. Bag is empty. We'll dump the bag after we get this missile off and head home. We'll RTB to Hatay, and then we'll come back and hit Basel with our next run. Alright, Mach 1. Magnum 1. Switch into Cap 1. Switch into air to air. Yeah, that's that Fox bat. Figured he was gonna try to sneak over here. Alright, spiking the Fox bat. Fox 3. Gonna press him.
Cap flare. Cap flare. Cap flare.
Fox 3. Cranking.
Cap flare. Cap flare.
Splash. Got him. Okay, RTB.
Cap flare. Cap flare.
Alright, losing the bag. What was the waypoint on Hatay? Oops. Hatay is number 3. Let's make sure that's definitely it. Let's cycle. Okay, yeah, that wasn't it. Now we've got it. All right, let's pull magnetic off of Hatay 040. So we should be able to follow our HSI roughly onto the runway. If our diamond's in the right spot. It's probably not right on the runway, it never is. Oh, we have so much fuel. I conserve too much fuel. Delta is neutral. Oh, looks like we got some people in Aleppo. Alright, HSI lined up. We should be looking roughly right down the runway. Wow, okay, yeah, the diamond's right on the runway. We got it. We're idle. Board's coming out. We're just gonna go straight in. We're just slot in on final. We don't need no stinking pattern. Yep, this is DCS.
People talk about difference, but I just see the same.
Did we get the gecko? We did not get the gecko. He must have shut his radar off. Doesn't matter. We'll come back. We got to kill the Tor Gauntlet and the gecko here, and then we'll grab a helicopter and we'll attack Basil directly from the ocean. We'll do an Apache flight off the Tarawa to the south. We'll just go up the coastline. We just got to kill the gecko and the Tor Gauntlet.
Altitude. Altitude.
With those out of the way, I can get in there with an Apache and kill everything. Alright, gear coming down.
Sing it clear and kind. We all walk this same good earth, just trying to ease our mind.
Alright, on speed. Out of time. Alright, on speed, on time. Piece of cake. I did get a brand new one, but I did get a brand new Thrustmaster Warthog. I just replaced my old one with the brand new one with the new buttons and stuff. My old one still had the old original slew button that was bad and the bad pinky button and all that. So I just got a brand new one where everything works. Alright, we're just going to pull to the end of the runway and we'll throw more harms on here and do it again. Years ago they redesigned some of the buttons that they had trouble with, like the red button, the pinky button on the throttle, the red one, and then the slew button. The original one was really rough. The one I had, it did not work well. And there was a short in the axis because of there was something with the wiring where if you were using the old one and you turned the lights on, the backlighting, it would cause like shorts. So yeah, there's a new one, but new like years ago. They fixed all that stuff a long time ago, but the one I was using was really old. So it's all new to me. So now I've got a brand new Warthog stick and a brand new Warthog throttle. And everything works for now. That old stuff was really old, so I'm assuming this stuff's gonna last me for like the rest of my life. Hopefully. Alright, let's see. Ground crew, rearm, refuel. We'll just do the same thing again. Although we probably don't need that many harms, but we're just going to do the harms again anyway, just to make sure. You want a link to the Warthog throttle? Just go to the Thrustmaster website.
Request refueling.
I mean, I can get you a link.
Request rearming. Copy.
I've got it saved. I've bought all my equipment through them directly, so. There you go. U.S. Air Force, endorsed and sponsored. That's the exact throttle I'm using right now. All nice and new.
Refueling complete.
I am the correct person for them to sponsor, but I don't have the audience for them to sponsor, so they'll sponsor someone that doesn't give that much of a shit but has a bigger audience. Because that's the way sponsorships work.
Rearming complete.
With shipping and all the extra stuff, it was like 390 roughly, right at 390 bucks. All right, Cat 3. Okay, we're on the bag. Let's see, wipe it all out. Actually, we'll turn that on once we get up in the air. We're collecting radiation again. Okay. Is there anyone else using this airfield, or are we still clear? Okay, that's a Black Hawk. Alright, let's get up in the air. Oh no, they're repairing it already. Little bastards. Doesn't matter, we're going for Basel, that's the important target. No, the throttle and the stick together are more. If you put them together, I don't know, it was, because I didn't buy them at the exact same time. I bought the stick a couple months back. Because, well, it was longer than a couple months, because my old stick literally stopped working completely, so I was kind of screwed. But the stick is a little bit cheaper than the throttle. The throttle before taxes and shipping and all that is like 350 bucks, and I think the stick is 300. So with taxes and stuff, it'd be like 340. So for both of them put together, it'd be like 700 and something. Somewhere right around 800 after shipping and all that jazz. 810, something like that. All right, we're gonna do a blower takeoff. All right, 80 knots blower. Rotating.
Counter. Altitude. Altitude.
Oh shit. Oh, it's pretty far away. It's attacking those guys. No, I've just got the standard base, the one that comes with the stick, the original base. The big heavy one. I like the heavy one, it's nice and realistic. Although it makes my arm pretty sore using it, I want that. I don't want it to be light and plasticky, I want it heavy and thick. In real life, sticks have weight to them, they're not... You can feel the tension. Although the Viper stick absolutely doesn't. It just doesn't move very much. It's electronic. But normal flight sticks have weight to them. That's what bothered me when I was using that temporary stick just to get by while I was saving up to get the good stick. I was using that X56. Ugh. I really hated that thing. Fly-by-wire is just the system of DAFCS and AFCS systems that are augmenting the controls. That way you're not countering all of the small deviations from wind and stuff like that. It does that all for you. You're still controlling the plane with the stick. Just, you don't have to put in such big movements and so on. If you put the digital stick in the Viper, the more pressure you put on it, the more it's doing it, but the actual movement in the stick itself is not much. Alright, I'm gonna drop the bag early and get rid of it now.
Pulse 1, in from the north, engaging triple A at Pulse 276 for 70.
Alright, we're good. We're ready to fight. Alright, there's Basil right there. But, I mean, a lot of planes that have really high-end, like the newest systems that we have, the AFCS and DAFCS systems are so good, you pretty much can fly it around with the autopilot. Kind of. Alright, there's the Gecko. That's our first target. Alright, offset left. Oh shoot, I think I better, next flight I need to check my blood and all that stuff just to make sure.
Next be advised, 2 MiGs to your 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Copy. Shh. Snuck right up on me.
Flare.
That's what I get for not paying attention.
Tap flare.
Why am I? They're not on my. They're not on my data link either.
Altitude.
Looks like Nick's going for him. Get him, Nick. Oh shit, he's diving down onto me, isn't he?
Tap flare.
I'm looking for him, but I don't see him. I'm not getting him on data link yet either. Unless that's him right behind me. Yeah, I see him.
Tap flare. Tap flare.
Fox 2 back. Splash.
Good splash. Thank you. I was not paying attention. Got the other bandit locked. Fox 3 fish bed.
Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Tap flare. Altitude. Altitude.
For 70.
Splash.
Tap flare.
Kill.
Alright, we're back on the job.
Colt 1, tally vehicle at bullseye 308 for 50.
Okay, the Tor Gauntlet's not turning on yet. Let's offset to the left and get a better PGM on this Gecko. Looks like they repaired the fan song that I just blew up at hotel already.
unfortunate.
In from the north, engaging triple A at bullseye 276 for 70.
Come on. I am not getting a good reading off this thing at all. Let's climb up a little bit. There we go. Now we're getting a good track. Shit, I got another aircraft coming in on my left too. Oh, never mind, that's civilian. Alright, changing the angle. It's our fuel. Yeah. We burned a lot of fuel. Oh, there's the Gecko. Switching to the Gecko. Shit. And the fan song's lighting me up too. Yay.
Cap flare. 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 Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, I got a shot off on the Gecko, the Tor Gauntlet, and the SA-2.
Pull up.
There's one. I gotta come back and hit that one, the Gecko at Basel probably. I need to make sure that that Tor Gauntlet and that Gecko are gone. What do I got left? One harm? Yeah, I just got one left. They're still both there.
Kind of hoping one of them would get hit.
276 for 70.
Alright, well let's get the Gecko for sure. I might be able to handle the Tor Gauntlet in my Apache. I want this Gecko. We just need airspeed now. We have a solid track on it. We're getting low on fuel. Alright, Mach 1. Magnum. Alright, RTB.
Caution. Caution.
Flogger. I got a flogger behind me now. Lovely. Alright, we're out of here. Switching over to Cat 1.
Bingo. Bingo.
One, in from the north, engaging triple A at bullseye 276 for 70.
There we go. Gecko is down.
One, in from the north,
No more Gecko.
engaging utility at bulls 276 for 70.
RTB bingo. Yeah, eventually I want to get a Viper throttle as well, and I'll have to get a power hub to plug in different hotess pieces. Like once I'm in a better place to live, which the person I live with is getting a house sometime in the future. So once we get moved in there and I've got a little bit of room, I definitely want to get a powered hub and buy a couple more hotess pieces. That way I can plug them all in at once and just move them in and out by the push of a button, depending on what I'm flying. Because most things I'm going to use my setup I have right now, but there are certain jets I would much rather have the Viper throttle, like the Viper, the Hornet, a lot of the stuff that only has one engine.
Kill triple A at bulls 276 for 70.
For like the Phantom, the Tomcat, the A10 and stuff, I'll still use this setup.
For 70.
But the Viper throttle would be much like for helicopters. I'd rather use the Viper throttle as a collective than this. And the Viper throttle has a lot more axes on it, so it'll be a lot easier to control radar antennas and stuff because it actually has, and the antenna swivels are actually built onto that throttle. So like right now to do my antenna, I'm just using a coolie hat, and it's just a button press for me on the throttle instead of having an axis that I can roll. 040, we're still set up on the Hatay. Is there anyone else around? If there's no one around, we'll do a straight in. If there's people crowding the area, we'll do an overhead. Okay, we'll do an overhead. There's an F-15 on the runway. So we're not gonna do an overhead. We're gonna enter the downwind or the upwind. So we'll enter the east upwind and then come back around on the downwind and then pull in for final. That way they've got time to take off. Is that Flogger still just following me? How much do you want to bet he's super far away? Yeah, he's not coming after me. He's going after... Well, actually, he might be coming after me because he's not going after Nick. Nick's flying. Actually, I don't know where these guys are going now. They're kind of... Unless... Oh, okay, I see. Nick fired on them already. That's why. I didn't see that Phoenix. But yeah, okay, we're going to enter the upwind. Hatay traffic, Fubar 11 entering the east upwind. That waypoint's way off now. Before that waypoint was on the runway, and now where it is, it's deteriorated. I'm not going to do an in-flight. We're getting ready to land anyway.
Altitude. Altitude.
Yep, that eagle is still taxiing. Oh, and for people that don't know, so when you're entering the air traffic around an airfield. So the runway that's being active right now is this one, so you're taking off north to south. So that means when you're flying into the takeoff point, that's the upwind, and when you're flying down the runway the same way that you would take off, that's the downwind. So that's how you would know if you're on the upwind or the downwind. You just have to know what the active runway is. If the runway was the other one, we'd be on the downwind right now. So right now we're on the upwind. We're holding at a higher altitude so that the runway can do their thing. We'll come out here a good mile, we'll turn back around, we'll do a crosswind, which is when you're just crossing the path. And then we'll be on the downwind. And if they still haven't taken off, well, then we'll do the fly around the circuit again. You're just kind of in a holding pattern. So now we're in the crosswind. I know sometimes that can be confusing. Downwind, upwind, and all that. So just remember, towards the takeoff point is upwind, and with the takeoff point is downwind. So now we're on the downwind. How much fuel do we got? Oh, we're fine. There's the Eagle. It's getting ready to take off right now. So we'll extend on our downwind here. Yeah, there he goes. He's taking off right now. Hatay traffic, Fubar 1, and extending downwind. Alright, air brakes coming out. Now we're going to start dropping down and get ready for our landing. So we'll drop the gear. Boards are coming out. We're idle. Continue our turn nice and easy while we're getting set up on speed. Hatay traffic, Fubar 1-1 final. Oh, server's gonna restart soon. Oh man, I hope they don't friggin' respawn all the SAMs I just took all that time to kill. Alright, on speed. Why is my aileron so... Oh, you know what? That's why. I fired one AMRAAM. I was wondering why I've got so much weight on the right wing right now, but because I have more weight on the right wing. AMRAAMs are huge, by the way. They're heavy. They're big dogs. So you can really feel that weight when you're trying to control a plane that's missing an AMRAAM. Boom, good aero brake.
Hatay traffic, Banter 1-1 on Tomcat, 20 miles south, inbound runway 04.
Well, at least we killed that SA-2 again, and we took out the Gecko. Patay traffic, Fubar 1-1 active clear. Alright, yeah. So yeah, we cleared that out again. Gecko is still gone. Tor gauntlets are gone. What's left at Basel though? So Basel, I got the Gecko, but the gauntlet is still there. But I can probably kill the gauntlet with my Apache. It's possible. It might be a pain, but I think I can pull it off, especially with some buildings and stuff around here. I think I can get it. Especially if I bring the Doppler radar. If I bring the Doppler radar, it's a piece of cake. If I do it old school, it might be more difficult, but it's more fun in my opinion. I don't know if I'm not gonna be able to get there in time though before the server rolls over, I don't think. Let's see, Tarawa. Is that the correct Tarawa? That is the correct Tarawa.
Patay traffic Band 1-1 in the break 04 to land.
I guess we can do that. It's been a minute since I used the Doppler. It's been a minute since I've done anything modern.
Radar, 12 o'clock, searching. Radar, 6 o'clock, searching. Radar, 12 o'clock, searching.
Want to load. All right, let's remove the route.
Patay traffic Band 1-1 final 04.
Fixed wing, 10 o'clock, searching.
Patay traffic Band 1-1 runway vacated.
Fixed wing, 2 o'clock, searching. Fixed
All
wing,
right.
2 o'clock, searching.
We have a mission that's going to get reset in about 5 minutes. away we go. All right, George, you're gonna get the gun. Whoop. And I'm gonna shoot all the Hellfires from the back seat this time with the Doppler.
Radar searching.
All right, unlocking the MMA. Oh, I forgot to arm the chaff. There we go.
Radar searching.
Why are the screens so dark? It's on day. I noticed this the last time I was in the Apache like a week ago. It's like they did a patch and all the screens are super dark now. I don't know if one of my settings got messed up or if it's game-wide or what. But the Apache screens got super dark. Alright, George, you get the gun.
Wasn't gun.
I will take the Doppler. And we are going to pre-brief and heat up all of our missiles. Alright, testing the Doppler. Good pulse. Let's go to R mapping. And rescanning. Yep, looks good. Damn fish beds. So it is, okay, yeah, I was wondering, it's like, I have them almost, the bright and the vid almost maxed out on them just to see the screens. I don't know what happened there, but they made them super dark. They're acting like they're on, NVD, mode, is what they're acting like, but they're not. Because that's what I thought when I first looked out. I'm like, are they on NVD? But no, they're on day. If you go to NVD, they're even darker. To be honest, the brightness should be like up, it's pointing up, and the vid should be pointing up roughly for just normal use. I don't know why they got so dark. Is the Doppler worth learning? Yeah, you bet. You should learn how to handle yourself using the Ks and the laser.
Radar searching.
But you should definitely learn how to use the Doppler too. Sometimes you have to run and gun, and if you don't have the Doppler, you can't really do that anymore. In most cases, the Apache's made to already have air superiority and not have any SAMs in the area, so you don't really need the Doppler. But in DCS, you're going to need the Doppler from time to time. because of
Radar
stuff like
searching.
having a Tor gauntlet or stuff that outranges you, where you're gonna have to bounce in and out of cover and shoot your shots using the Doppler so you can duck in. Yep, take it easy, Nick. Ks are, more accurate. You're going to waste a lot less shots and be way more effective, but that's only if you have the ability to post up and fire a shot and wait. If you're going up against areas that have long and medium range SHORADs and radar guided missiles, you're going to need the Doppler to stay moving and get your shots off while moving. And there's a lot of tricks to it to where you can waste or have a better chance of wasting less shots by learning how to sync your sight to your TADS to your Doppler, so you can verify targets if you need to. That's a good thing to learn. Also learning to use the TADS as your sight so that you can angle your Doppler. But you can only do one or the other. You can't do both those things at once because you're utilizing the sight in both those scenarios in two different ways. But if you put your acquire, change your acquire to fixed, then you can use your sync and the TADS will look at whatever the Doppler has locked. So then you can cycle targets and get a visual on your actual screen. And then you can cycle right here and look at them with your camera at the same time. Oh, it's kicking me off. Okay, let me draw some blood and all that stuff. After that heat sickness from yesterday, I should have been testing my blood a little earlier. Because usually when something happens like that to my body rebels for a couple days. Acts weird. But I feel somewhat okay, just really sore and tired. So I think my blood's gonna be okay. I was wrong. Okay, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Tune in.
All right, I'm gonna take a tab really quick and eat this really quick, and then we'll fly at least 1 or 2 more times. Oh, I need to look up a whole bunch of information on the BU. I gotta go through all that shit starting tomorrow. I don't have any of that stuff downloaded yet. I need to look up the Iggy implementation on the upgrade of the B. Everything else will be pretty simple. Probably. All right. It's gonna be so nice to be able to just, you know, have GPS. That way you can just do waypoints on the fly that are accurate and get symbology. Once you have an Iggy, that means you can have speeds and all that good stuff. Everything is off DEGI. It's the most important piece of equipment in that whole friggin' jet. When they upgraded all of our flight systems in the military to an Iggy system, changed everything. Does anyone know when that was? The first EGI war, the first Iggy war? That was Desert Storm. It was the very first GPS war. Well, except we were the only ones that had the GPS, but everyone else was still, you know, throwing rocks and sticks and shit. Alright, please, dear gosh, tell me they didn't respawn all the SAMs I got done killing. Nope. They just spread them out. They moved around a little bit. Nope, nothing respawned. They just moved. Alright, I guess we're going to do that again then. We'll come off the Tarawa. And we will take the Doppler and we'll go after that Tor Gauntlet. Yeah, that's why Desert Storm was so fast.
1 o'clock, searching, radar. 10 o'clock, searching.
We moved in during the sandstorms, the enemy didn't even know what was going on. All of our tanks, all of our munitions, we knew right where everybody was and what they were doing.
12 o'clock, searching, radar. 9 o'clock.
And we could drop all of our munitions right on top of them.
Right. Missile, forward.
What is going on?
Missile, right. Forward.
I don't even see any enemy around here for these boats to be going crazy on.
Missile, forward. Missile,
Oh! Somebody spent money to send
missile,
cruise
forward.
missiles. Those are Tomahawks.
Missile, right.
Okay, yeah, look how dark that is. That's crazy. The brightness is all the way up and it's that dark.
Missile, right. Missile.
1 in from the north, engaging SAM at bullseye 277 for 70.
Missile, right.
Actually, we can just grab 12 off of here, probably. Yeah. let's unpin the main mass assembly. Okay, let's go. Let's get moving. Oh wait, I need supplies to capture. I'm so used to the North Pole servers where it's all realistic, you can't put supplies on an Apache. We get to cheat here. Okay, here we go. Loading up torque. What's the difference in the TAC viewer? What do you mean TAC viewer? Are you talking about like the MFDs? Or are you talking about like the software that DCS people use called TAC view? You're talking about the TAC view for DCS? I've never used it. I've just seen it in some videos where people use it to try to critique their flying or their dogfights. TAC view just uses the replay function to make a 3D representation of what the data says. I've never actually used it though, but that is what it does. I don't even know, I didn't know there was multiple versions of it, to be honest. I've never messed with TAC view. Matter of fact, the only time I've ever seen TAC view was a couple of like growling Sidewinder videos a while ago. I thought TAC view was free because it's just a piece of software that is reading the replay file. That's all it does. It just reads the replay file. It reads the replay log. I didn't think it was something you had to buy, but like I said, I've never looked into it, so I've never used it. I just saw it on some growling videos a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Arm the helicopter, arm the chaff, arm the George.
Gun lost.
And turning on the Doppler. Briefing all of the shots. So one of the cool things about the Doppler is right now I've got my site acquire on the TADS, which means it's on right now. It's on the bore site. So if I have George use the TDAC, which is what he's going to use to shoot the gun, if I have my acquire off of that, then that's what my cross is that I'm seeing. So if I say, "Hey George, look over here,"
Slaving.
so now I can see that cross is where he's looking, and that's also where the TADS is looking, which means that's where my camera is looking because I'm acquiring off the TADS. That also is where the Doppler is now looking. So you can see our Doppler is looking at the angle of where I've set that speed. So now if I scan with the Doppler, I'm scanning off to the right. So this can be a good way to search your surroundings using the Doppler. So if we want to scan directly off to the left,
Roger, kicking me in the deck.
We'll look over here with the TDAC.
Kicking me in the deck!
Then you can see our scan is looking over there, and then we'll tell the Doppler to scan over there. So that's a good way to angle your Doppler. Then you can just bore sight the TADS again.
Copy. Ceasefire.
And you'll see that your scan is now front and center. Then of course you can change the azimuth of your scan. So if you know they're like right in front of you directly, you can lower the azimuth to make it really pointed, and then your scan is super fast. Oh, we need to turn on our C-scope. And we'll set our cursor right over the NTS to cycle. So once we get a scan with the Doppler, then we can hit our depress to cycle targets. And then with the C-scope on, we can see all the symbology for the targets inside of our iHads on our eyepiece here. But you're still going to shoot targets that have already been destroyed, no matter what, probably, just because the nature of having the Doppler, you're trying to stay moving and you're being fast, so... Because the Doppler doesn't care if it's live or dead, it just knows there's something there and locks it. Oh man, I need to make food when I'm done flying. I don't know what to make though. I don't have any food prepped.
Radar, searching.
I'm just friggin' tired. I don't want to eat. But I have to.
Radar, searching.
I think when I'm done here, I'm just gonna make some food and veg out.
Radar, searching. Radar, searching. Radar,
Well,
searching.
I need to find that. I need to find all that. So yeah, when I'm done, I'm gonna make some food, but then I'll be at my
Radar,
computer for a
searching.
few hours because I gotta get all that information together on the BU and download all those documents so I've got them. That way I can start doing some academics tomorrow. Man, I'm gonna have to rebind all my stuff too because they added so much stuff to the BU. All the controls for Jester, it's all gonna be different. No, there's no laser when you're using the Doppler. The Doppler is a radar lock, so that Doppler up there, it gets a track file on all the targets it detects, and then when it fires a missile, it gives the information to the Hellfire and shoots it. It's fire and forget. You'll see when I get up here. I'll get a good Doppler scan, and I'll probably fire about 7 shots all at once. I'll just cycle right through them. And then if I think I'm getting ready to shoot, and when you fire your missile as well, the Doppler just knows that you shot at it once before, so it'll put an X over it. But that doesn't mean it destroyed whatever it is. It just means you shot at it. So if your missile doesn't hit for whatever reason, or it hits and doesn't do enough damage, the Doppler doesn't know that. It just knows you fired at it. So you're gonna double up on shots from time to time. Especially if stuff is kind of close together, that makes it super hard to be really efficient. But when you're having to use like a building to cover from an enemy missile that outranges you, then you're You need that Doppler to just get a good Doppler scan and then just kind of pop out and fire and then keep moving and drop deck behind cover so you're not vulnerable. Once that missile fires, it's got the track file from the radar and that's all it needs.
Radar searching.
All right, is there any helicopters up here or anything?
Radar
Not
searching.
yet.
One, you're from the north, engaging Sam at bullseye 277 for 70.
What you really need to do, though, to make sure you can get to your target and kill everything better
Radar
is
searching.
to have a pocket
Radar
Vic,
searching.
and then you lie to him to talk him into going in first and kind of guide him out there. We call this bait, and it works pretty good.
One, you're from the north, engaging utility at bullseye 277 for 70.
Radar searching.
One, kill Sam at Bulls 277 for 70. One, kill Sam at Bulls 277 for 70. One, kill utility at Bullseye 277 for 70. One, kill Sam at Bulls 277 for 70. One, kill Sam at Bulls 277 for 70. One, kill Sam at Bulls
Jesus.
277 for 70. One, kill utility.
They're shooting a lot of harms off right now.
For
Radar
70.
searching.
That was a lot of harms. Every time that guy said that in the Viper, that was another harm going off. That was a flight of 2 Vipers just letting it go. Hope it was more than just the one. That'd be a shame if they just fired 8 anti-rads at a single radar. What radio are we on? 305. Shouldn't the data be on FM? Oh well, doesn't matter. We're not grouped up with somebody using a data link, doesn't matter. Sixteen kilometers.
Radar searching.
Got God, that new slew is so nice. I was using the bean slew for so long. That thing drove me nuts. You'd like move your finger across it and it wouldn't do anything, and then it would move too much, and then it wouldn't move at all, and then it was just so bad.
Roger. D-slave. No targets detected.
Well, you let me know when you see them, George.
Radar searching.
George will see them when they start shooting at us, probably.
Radar searching.
He's been up there eating a whole package of crayons this whole time.
And slave. Empty slave.
I think that Tor Gauntlet was up here somewhere to the oh, here we go. So I'm using the T-Deck and George to move my focal point for my radar, basically. So there's the Zeus 57. That's the first target I want to hit. So I'm going to get my Doppler on it directly, and then I'll know by symbology if I've got him as the first target. Got him. There we go. There goes the Zeus 57. So that's the big dual-barreled flak gun.
Roger. Slaving.
Bye,
Empty
have a
slave.
great time.
Yep, take it easy, Hatch.
Blazing.
Alright, there is a Doppler shot onto the technical.
In range. Ready to fire. Get me closer. We're out of range. Lasers off. Deslaving. Blazing.
Radar searching. Radar searching.
Negative. Out of range. Blazing.
Radar,
Good effects. Good effects.
Oh, it's a Shilka. That's even worse.
Slaving. Empty slaved. Laser on.
Lasers off. Deslaving.
Radar searching.
Blazing.
I'm pointed at the targets when I'm shooting at them. But you don't have to have direct, you don't have to be directly pointed at them, no.
In range. Ready to fire. Can't fire yet.
Radar searching.
Engaging. Engaging. Lasers off. Deslaving. Laser on. Not ready to engage. Roger. Laser. Good effects on target.
Radar searching.
Slaving. Now deslaved. Laser on. Copy. Roger, engaging. Firing. Lasers off. Deslaving. Laser on. Copy. Engaging.
I'm using L's. You could put K's on here and L's and just use them if you're using the radar or using the laser. But to fire the L, you have to have a radar lock.
Engaging.
But yeah, you could go like a 8 L's and 8 K's to go 16 doubles, but I usually just take one or the other, but you can.
Copy. Firing.
Just trying to kill all the troops before we move forward. For some reason, George is missing by like a mile right now. He's bugged.
Laser.
There we
Target
go.
destroyed. And slaving.
So I
Deslaving.
kept telling him to readjust and he kept shooting like 20 yards to the left of everything.
Laser on. Copy.
That's a good track.
Roger, engaging. Roger, engaging.
Should be the last dude right there, and then we'll...
Laser. Good effects, good effects.
All right, so now we got to go find...
Radar
Never mind, that's
searching.
it. That was the last guy. Boom, done. Let's go capture it.
Copy. Ceasefire.
Piece of cake.
DWASD.
Radar searching.
And you can control the Doppler and everything from the front seat as well. So if you have someone that's a CPG in the front seat, they can use the Doppler and fire it all from the front seat too. Of course, but you know, when I'm flying by myself, you just do it all from the back seat. And if you ever want to learn the front seat in the Apache, actually, George is a better pilot than a CPG, so once you get used to giving him commands to fly, he's actually a decent pilot. You just have to kind of micromanage him a little bit. But I've done whole missions where I'm just in the front seat telling him where to fly to and stuff.
Radar searching.
Alright, we'll just land right over there. Actually, is there a green smoke landing point, or no? Probably not. It'll appear once I capture, then it'll give it to us. I don't know where it's at though. I think it's on the infield. I don't think it's in the landing area.
Radar searching.
Alright, capturing. Boom! Alright, we own Basil. All they have over here is a single truck. That's a piece of cake. We don't need to even... We'll just grab fresh supplies and go. We don't even need to rearmor or anything. Let's see. Route should be 11. Yep. Direct to 11. Let's go. Yeah, there's the green smoke.
Radar searching. Radar searching.
Wasn't gun.
Radar searching. Radar searching. Radar searching.
And we'll go capture this point, and then we'll have the coastline covered. All right. Yeah, I don't like the CPG. I'm a pilot. I fly. Just like I don't like to rate Rio and Wizzo. I don't even like riding in planes in real life. I like controlling them, not riding in them. I'm much more comfortable with the controls.
Roger.
contact.
There might be some troops up here. There's just the one truck, but there might actually be some troops standing around somewhere. Oh yeah, the orchards. Ammo truck. We could save ammo and just gun it. Let George shoot it with the chain gun. But what fun is that? How many shots do we have? We should have a bunch. We still got 9. Yeah, we'll fire at least one.
Radar searching. Radar searching.
Plus we can invert the Doppler and have it look upwards. So now it's looking at the sky, looking for aerial targets, but unfortunately in DCS we don't have any air-to-air weaponry. Although if we did have air-to-air weaponry, it wouldn't require any kind of lock or anything, it would just be a Stinger.
Slave. De-slave. I'm not seeing anything.
Look harder. Although we don't have much altitude. We're not gonna get a bunch of altitude. I don't wanna... If I gotta climb all the way up, I gotta descend all the way back down. Although we could spiral down and get there quick. Ooh, factory got neutralized. Is it the one right here? Yep. Nice. No, wait, that's the power plant. Where's the factory? Oh wow, they're spread out all over the place. That's the refinery. Oh well, and DCS is lagging. There we go. Luckily I had my force trim pretty dialed in. Alright, that truck is, oh. It's in the orchards to the left, right? Yeah, orchards to the left. So there's center. It's right over there somewhere.
And slave. De-slaving. I don't see anything.
That's because you're blind, George. Yeah, you can hit aerial targets with a Hellfire as long as they're not flanking hard or moving real fast. If they're flying away from you or at you, you've got a good shot to hit them. You just got to make sure you get a little extra close. But if they start flanking hard, Hellfires don't really turn that hard. So if they're flanking hard, there's a good chance it's going to hit right behind them, which means it'll go past them and hit the ground.
And slave. I'm de-slaved.
I've killed a couple of jets with Hellfires because they were stupid enough to fly right at me trying to gun me.
Blazing.
Nope, Doppler doesn't have a scan yet. Let's tighten it. Now that we're zoomed, now that we're got him locked with the TDAC, we can tighten our scan and get him a lot easier. Just not close enough yet. There's friggin' orchard trees in the way too. That might be an issue. Oh, there we go. We got him. We got him. Rifle. Piece of cake. Alright, are we in the... Yeah, we're in the zone. We'll just go into one of these fields over here. That'll be fine. Alright, dropping out. Smooth, smooth, smooth. But this ground's not exactly flat.
DWASD.
Boom. We're on a capture and friggin' spree.
Radar.
That's it.
Searching.
We own the coastline.
Radar. Searching. Radar. Searching.
Good stuff. Looks like everybody's doing good too, man. They're really pushing forward. Gotta love it. This is why these servers are good to come learn things on. The Return to Pre-Contacts are a great dynamic war to start kind of cutting your teeth. Teaching you tactics and getting comfortable with being in these war situations. Great servers. All right. One more flight tonight. We're gonna go poonin'. It's poonin' time. Yep, take it easy, Vic. We're gonna go sink a couple of boats. That'll be our last contribution to this war for tonight. We got a lot of work done, though. Oh, that slough is so nice. Alright, first off, let's get some spread on our data link. Boy, they're all pretty far away. Maybe we won't mess with the data link this time. They're pretty far away. Let's leave it. Alright, taxiing. We don't need waypoints, we don't need anything. We're going poonin'. All we need is general direction of the ocean where the bad guys are. We'll use our radar for everything else. strobes. Hello, Solar, how are you? I think there was one Molnia, which will be no problem at all. I mean, there's a gun on a Molnia, but it's probably not going to be able to hit a harpoon. The other one is a Nushishimi, so it definitely can shoot down our harpoons, but we're going to give him two. We'll just do 2 and 2 and let the chips fall where they may. Hopefully we'll sink both of them. There's a chance they'll shoot down the harpoons, but we'll give them 2. We'll go skim pop. We'll send a curveball to both of them, and hopefully the pop will kill them while they're shooting at the skimmer. In reality, though, there's a decent chance they'll both get hit by both missiles. It's not an easy thing to shoot down an incoming harpoon. So the odds are in our favor. It was a Molnia and a Nushishimi, right? Yeah, we're fine. We'll get him. We'll get him. And then there'll be much rejoicing. Beer and wenches for everybody. Alright, here we go. Runway E. Love how I got a bandit locked already. All right, away we go. All right, full blower. Hands off the controls. Alright, gear flaps, and I've got the stick. Alright, let's get a generic heading. We're probably right on it already. We are. That's our generic heading. We go 210, which we're at 210. Okay, there we go. Alright, we just got to get above 15,000 feet. Let's go ahead and get fenced in. Get our HSI up, get our harpoons up. Let's program the harpoons. We want RBL, medium, skim, small. RBL, medium, pop, small. RBL, medium, skim, small. Last one will be a pop. Alright, we are good to go. And we're in a cloud. Let's get above the clouds. Alright, we're looking for the ocean. We're going to go out to 80 miles and we're going to switch our azimuth down to 45. There we go, there's our two boats. So this first one on the right is the Molnia, and got him. We're off blower. '71, 72 miles away. We could shoot right now, but we're gonna get a little bit closer. But we've got we got an 80-mile range on these harpoons, so we could shoot right now. But we're gonna wait till we get to about 60 miles or so. First one is gonna be the skimmer. Yeah, first one's the skimmer. We'll verify the second one is the pop before we shoot it, just to make sure. $65 miles, that's close enough. One away. Alright, verify the next one is the pop, you bet. Alright, undesignating that boat. And we're gonna lock on to the other boat. Gotcha. Alright, now we gotta reset. So this needs to go back to RBL. Skim. Pop. Alright, we're on the skimmer first. 60 miles away from this boat. We have a good lock. Everything's good. Set the AP. One away. Make sure next one is set. RBL medium pop. And away. Alright, that's it. We're RTB. Those boats will be dead in about 10 minutes. Let's get rid of the bag. Let's make sure the bag is clean. Yep. We're clean. Alright, here we go. Alright, we're on the way home. If I were in Top Gun, what would my pilot name would be? Nix. I will bet you money that would be my name. I don't even have to guess. Alright, so there's the harpoons. They're on the way. Should be some dead boats, but you never know. There's a chance they can shoot them down. Actually, we don't even need our radar for now, so we'll stow it so we're not a beacon. And there is Incirlik right there. Well, unfortunately, you don't get to choose your name, actually. You earn a name. You don't get to choose it. So when you come in as an FNG, you don't really have a name, and you'll earn one on your way along the way. Although, I don't know, man, this day and age, they might just let people choose their names as they give them friggin' participation trophies and free points for just showing up. I don't know, but I doubt it. I'm assuming they still give out names to people for things they did or didn't do. As a matter of fact, I'd say if you went in and you were going through your academics and you were now in your flight training and all that, so you're actually doing flight school. If you came in telling everyone you wanted your name to be that, I guarantee you they would make your name something that's the opposite of whatever it was you wanted. Which Launchpad would be too big anyway. It's got to be small. It's got to be succinct. But I imagine if you were telling everybody your name's going to be Launchpad, they would call you something like Lunchbox or something. Or you would just get the quintessential Tool. Alright, tally the airfield. I don't think I need to call it in. We're the only people out here. Yeah, everyone else is on the mainland. Actually, do we really need to land? Nobody cares if we land. Everyone wants to see the harpoons, right? Let me turn the AP on and we'll just fly flat and straight. That's going to be the first one to hit right there. That boat's done. Uh-oh, the Nutrishimi shot down the other ones. Yeah, he shot down the other harpoons. Oh, we got one of the boats. That Nutrishimi probably shot some anti-missile ballistic missiles and knocked them down, unfortunately. Okay.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, we're idle. 1 out of 2 is not too bad. Shooting open harpoons at a boat that can shoot them down is just kind of a crapshoot. I was hoping to get both of them, but yeah, it happens. Best way to stop the that Nutrishimi would be to come back and drop some laser guided bombs from very high altitude. Some small ones like Mark 82s, or if the boat's gonna sit there anchored, then drop GPS JDAMs right on it. Because if it's a small enough bomb, they can't shoot it down with their anti-missile ballistic missiles. They'd have to try to just kind of wing it and gun it. They wouldn't be able to get a good solid lock on a Mark 82. It's too small. Alright, we'll just putt over here and then land. Once I land, I will see who's flying. I'll get you guys rated over somewhere. And then I'm going to get off here so I can make some food and start looking up all that material, all the documentation I should have looked up like 2 days ago or last week. I should have had all this stuff already downloaded and stored. I should have already been reading up on it. I haven't done it at all yet though. I've been kind of busy. It's gonna take me a little while before I'm really comfortable in the BU anyway. I'm probably not gonna be doing a bunch of JDAM drops tomorrow or anything like that. It'll take me a little bit of time to fly around and get used to everything and learn it all. Alright, gear coming down, flaps. We are very high, so we're gonna drop outside of time for a bit. We're on speed. We're gonna slide outside a glide slope for a bit. There we go. Perfect. On speed, on time. Nice and smooth.
Now I'm rolling through the valley, wind hums through my head. Yeah, I'm rolling through the valley.
Where's the turn off? It's up here a little bit farther.
You can tell my woman I'm gone.
250 credits for sinking the boat. That's not bad. Oh, look at our score, though. Our score compared to everybody else. We're in first place by a tiny margin. Oh, they got Jira. They're pushing right over to Raqqa. That's all she wrote. All right, let me see who's flying. Let me get you guys rated over somewhere. There's got to be someone flying. If my browser will open. Oh, of course, the browser's doing an update. Of course it is. All right, who is flying? All right, there's a couple. All right, I got one. Send you guys over to Ginger. If I got it spelled right. Yep, I got it. Okay, raid's going through to Ginger. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll be back tonight. I'm not sure if we're going to be flying the BU tomorrow. I might, but maybe not, because it just depends on if I can dig into that material or not. I don't really like flying too much if I don't know enough about it yet. We'll see, though. I'm a pretty quick learner. I'll be in the Discord for a few more hours like normal, looking up all that crap for the BU and reading. So if you need me, I'll be in the Discord like normal. Everyone's welcome in there. There's no membership money or weird shit like that. Everyone's welcome. As far as I know, I will be back tomorrow, and I just don't really know what we're doing yet. And the raid's getting ready to go through, so I'll see everybody later. Thanks for hanging out. Take it easy.